Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you lot are doing well, man. I really do hope that. And yes, you've probably noticed already I look different. And that's because I've shaved my face and now kind of resemble some sort of amphibian. It's not usually a look I go for, but I was shaving, got something in the wrong angle, my beard got smaller and smaller, and eventually I had to shave the whole thing off. So you're just gonna have to deal with a peculiar looking Jan who looks like he's a balding 8-year-old. Anyway, welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I consolidate all that I'm reading and seeing around the media regarding Chelsea Football Club, give you my opinion on said stories, but more importantly, ask for yours down in the comment section below. And today's video is pretty much going to be discussing two themes. First off, player positions. Timo Werner's position, is it as a 9 or is it on the left? I'll be letting you know that, and also Kai Havertz, the player that's almost certainly going to arrive at Chelsea Football Club soon. He told Marca in an interview a while back where his preferred playing position is. Ooh, that alliteration, and I think that's exactly where he's going to be played for Chelsea Football Club. Also, there's a story on Football Insider that I read this morning that I don't know if I can give it any credit whatsoever, but it's more a thought experiment that I want to ask you guys about John Stones, the centre-half that Chelsea chased for such a long time when he was at Everton, but got priced out and eventually he went to Manchester City. Still only 26 years old. Could Chelsea get him for a decent price? Is this the kind of player Chelsea would want at this point? So I want to pose that sort of thought experiment at you guys. But first, a quick reminder to subscribe to Football Therapy. If you've not yet already done so, boys and girls, hey, it takes a second. Please do hit the sub button, bell notifications icon, and if you want to help me out, oh you do, that's really kind. Please drop a like on this video. Cheers, mate. Alright then, let's get into it. Alright then, quick shout out to Timo Werner first and foremost, who's changed his Instagram status to Chelsea FC. That's right, he's done and dusted with Leipzig. He's probably completely recharged, hopefully from his holiday. And here's an image of said social media profile. Now this is good news. Hopefully he'll team up with the boys soon, do some training, start building social and emotional relationships with his teammates and squad. That could all be good. It seems to be doing the world of good for Hakim Ziyech, who's already arrived and is hanging out with the boys. We know Timo Werner had wavered the opportunity to complete the Champions League campaign with RB Leipzig. So this is all good, moving in the right direction. He can start developing with his teammates and we move, boys and girls. Right, so let's start talking about the player positions of incoming superstars. Well, potential incoming superstar in the case of Kai Havertz. But let's stay on Timo Werner and talk about this for a little while, because there's a lot of speculation of where he could play. Of course, the type of player he is with his versatility, Frank Lampard could deploy him in a two-striker system, up top alone, or indeed on the left wing, like he's played a lot for Leipzig this season. But Alex Goldberg of the Byline podcast interviewed Christian Falk of Bild, the German reporter. I want to take a moment to plug Alex Goldberg's podcast, The Byline. You should check it out. It's excellent. He has top tier guests. Go and search on Patreon, The Byline podcast. Do yourself the favour. Alex asked Christian about the potential position that Werner would play in under Frank Lampard at Chelsea. And Falk said that apparently he spoke to Timo Werner. Frank Lampard spoke to Timo Werner, about just this, and he said to him that he does want him to play the striker, the number 9. Now, in many ways, this is great news for Chelsea fans watching the recent brilliance of Christian Pulisic. So, this pretty much confirms the starting front three will be Pulisic on the left, Timo Werner up top, and Hakim Ziyech on the right. That is a mouth-watering front three, ladies and gentlemen. What does this mean for Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud? Well, I think Michy Batshuayi is going to be on his way out. Even though Chelsea is struggling to flog him at the moment, I think he will go eventually regardless. Frank Lampard will absolutely still see value in Olivier Giroud because, again, compared to someone like Timo Werner, his player profile is so different and offers a completely different tactical option, so I think Frank will still find good use for Giroud. Tammy Abraham will probably feel frustrated here. I imagine he will get chances in rotation, and hopefully we can eventually see two-striker system, and maybe it will be Giroud, maybe it will be Tammy, but perhaps one of them will get the opportunity to play with Timo. But Chelsea have often had loads of strikers. It's no problem having 3 decent strikers. We move. Right, before we talk about the John Stones theoretical thought experiment, let's keep on the player positions theme and talk about Kai Havertz. Now, of course, this is not a confirmed transfer. We need to say that. Apparently, it looks very, very likely that he is joining. So I need to offer that disclaimer at this point. I'm not saying this guy's already a Chelsea player. It does look like he will join though. A while back, Havertz did an interview with Marca and they asked him what is his preferred position on the pitch. Now we know Kai's been deployed in so many different positions over the last couple of seasons for Bayer Leverkusen out in the Bundesliga, but it was nice to hear him directly asked. This interview wasn't recently, it was a while ago, so it was nice for me to read him being directly asked where his favourite position is, and the young German had this to say. I would say the number 8 position, inside right. Kind of where N'Golo Kante / Mateo Kovacic has been playing of late, the right attacking 8 role. Havertz goes on to say, I'm not a classic number 10, but I like to have the ball at my feet, simply enjoying myself on the pitch. Sounds very Eden Hazard-like, but more central midfielder, which is positive. I've played in many other positions, but I do prefer to play in the centre, where I have more of the ball. My dream will always be to wear the number 10 one day at my club. Well, you might have to fight with Christian Pulisic for that number 10 shirt, and indeed maybe Hakim Ziyech, but that is a strong ambition, and that is really positive from Chelsea, or from Kai Havertz for Chelsea. He wants to play as an inside 8, an attacking 8, the kind of system Frank Lampard's been playing of late. So you can, when Frank Lampard's been going to visit Ziyech or visit Werner and contact Ziyech and Havertz, he's saying, look at this 4-3-3, you go there, you go there, you go there. So Kai Havertz will be playing the inside right, seeing a lot of the ball but scoring a lot of goals. He basically will look at Frank Lampard, wow, you're a number 8 that scored a lot of goals. That's what I want to do, even though Leverkusen's deployed me as a striker because I can score loads of goals. When you've got Timo Werner up there playing as a striker, you've got him as an attacking 8. Chelsea are going to have absolutely no problems scoring loads of goals. But of course, you're probably all shouting at me going, Jan, defence, defence, defence. And hey, you're all right. Chelsea's defence does need addressing, and of course, so does the goalkeeper, but we're not going to talk about that in today's video. I'll probably return to that in the coming days. Chelsea have been linked with a bunch of defenders, Ben Chilwell at left back, Tagliafico, Declan Rice, which I still maintain would be an excellent centre-back purchase. But Football Insider did publish an article this morning about how they can confirm or they're reliably informed or some nonsense that Chelsea have turned their attentions back to John Stones of Manchester City. Now, John Stones was very, very highly rated. I believe at the time he was the world record for a centre-half, like 50 million for Manchester City. Chelsea wanted him. They negotiated so long with Everton to buy him, but I think eventually they just priced us out. He obviously went to Manchester City, was pretty decent, had great moments, had worrying moments, won a Premier League, and has eventually gone down the pecking order. But John Stones is only 26 years old. For a centre-half that can go into your 30s, he could be a good purchase if people see value in his playstyle. He's a ball-playing centre-half, ball-playing centre-back, and Frank Lampard wants that, obviously, but in a team that's vulnerable on transition and needs to be a little bit more like hairy-ass defenders, do you know what I mean? He's probably not that at all, but it is interesting because if Chelsea could secure him for about £30 million, got loads of England caps, loads of Premier League experience, a very good young age, Premier League winner, £30 million? I mean, all those things together make you think, wow, that could be a good deal. I'm only posing the questions to you guys because of all those elements I've just reeled off. I know if you look at him in isolation of his player profile as a centre-back, he's probably not what Chelsea are looking for. We're probably looking for a really good header of the ball, really good in transition with recovery pace, sensible in his own 6-yard box, and we've seen John Stones try to do Rabona stuff in his own defensive third, stuff that he should not be doing, but maybe he could grow out of all that. I don't know. I just wanted to pose the question to you guys to see what you think about this thought experiment of John Stones. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I've talked about player positions, I've talked about a defender, hey, I've talked about Timo Werner's social media status, so I think I'm pretty happy with that today. I might do a match preview of the Wolves game tomorrow morning, or hell, maybe even later, we'll see what happens. Remember to subscribe if you're new, drop a video a like, no, drop this video a like, and then you can like other videos. I'm clearly malfunctioning, so enjoy the football and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.